I know, right? Happy Sunday, everybody. And,
Happy Sunday. Wait
and
a minute.
welcome to Vanity Live.
The song ain't even that cool. We just a jam it.
I know we rocking. Boom, boom, boom.
That little silly song. Hey, sis.
Hey, you looking pretty today.
Thank you. So do you. It's over there shining.
Shining.
No, period. You're glowing. That's
Welcome to Vanity's Live, everybody, and happy Sunday. We have another wonderful, amazing, beautiful Vanity's Live for you guys today. And I'm excited to be here. As you guys can see, we rocked on in this Sunday. And we are going to have a great Vanity's Live. We have an amazing guest. And I'm just excited to be here today. What about you, sis?
Yeah, girl. I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited to be here. Ooh, I probably need to turn some of these lights up off for me because they a little hot.
You gleaming, huh?
I realized that, like, dang, they're getting a little hot over here. But always happy to be here. Always happy to be here on a good Sunday. Let me tell y'all how much I love Vanity's Live.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I got invited to a Cowboys game.
What?
I got invited to a Cowboys game, and I said, no, I have Vanity's Live. And that's
I'm
where
going to be nice. I'm going to try not to clown y'all today.
That's all right. That's all right.
My team is what? The
That's
Lions is doing their thing.
You know what? That's great for them.
And really they are doing it, and everybody who's watching it already know them boys is, they doing their thing. The Lions is clowning.
Okay. But I missed the game. We here on Vanity's Live, y'all. So here we are. How much I love y'all. Girl, what is going on? We got to get into this show today. But before we do, what you want to do first? You want to do a little trivia first, or you want to do a little current event first?
I think you should do a little current events first.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I wanna, because lately the industry has been a little scary for some people, a little shaky, Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Up today. But the industry's been a little shaky for a lot of people.
Yeah, it has been.
So here lately, Hollywood, California, they passed an initiative for more incentives for Hollywood. So
yes.
It makes me so happy for people because people got to work. People got
to they can get their coins again.
They need these coins. They need their benefits.
Not they,
we all.
Okay.
But specifically for people that are living there, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, everybody needs what they need. So I'm happy for everybody in California, everybody in 706. Like, faith that work is coming, it's on the way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And just, we gonna be all right, y'all. Everybody gonna be all right.
Let's give a handshake for that one, because you know what? I'm really, really happy. Well, a clap.
Wait, I gotta give a little. I know you say you want a little. Hold on.
Yeah, give us a little something.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so
you clowned already.
Yeah, I know it's been a rough week for a lot of people, but good things are coming.
Thank God for that, because it's been a rough week.
Everybody keep your faith strong, keep your head held high, don't drop your crown. Just keep that faith. It's coming. We have bad seasons sometimes. We have slow seasons sometimes. It happens, but those are some of the times that make us stronger. And I always say, like, during those slow seasons is when you should be like sharpening your craft.
Absolutely.
Taking more classes or getting on YouTube, even just sharpening your skills so that you're ready when that time comes back around. So,
well, making some great connections. Just getting on Vanity's Live. How about that?
Come on. Okay.
Because we've been having some amazing guests on Vanny's Live. Like today, our guest that's coming on has a resume as long as her hair. I mean, and her hair is like down to the ground.
She got
It's
inches.
like, woo.
She got inches, honey.
Yeah, she has inches.
Inches.
Can you say inches?
Oh my God. You making my head hurt. Y'all, she is
Absolutely amazing. I mean, she is a trailblazer. Like she's opened the door for so many amazing artists. Her resume is I just kept saying, wow, 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 wow. I mean, I've watched so many movies that she's done, and you just want to take your hat off to her because she's done her thing. She's worked with so many amazing artists. I'm not going to give it away, but our trivia question kind of ties into something that she's done. So how about we drop a little trivia for you
a
guys?
little trivia
A little
time.
trivia. Ready? Here we go. So the trivia question is, in the movie Baby Boy, I know you guys have seen Baby Boy, who plays the character Jody Summers? Was it A, Ice Cube, B, Tyrese Gibson, C, Omar Epps, or D, was it Snoop Doggy Dogg? So come on, drop it in the comments. Now, if y'all don't know this one,
Sidebar.
sidebar.
Wait. Sidebar. Me and Sharice talked earlier.
Yes.
She was like, you know what? You can guess. I don't care. You can guess if you want to. She was like, but you probably gonna know today's. So I was like, I never know the trivia. Well, you know what? I'm not answering today. I'm not playing trivia today because I know the answer.
What? Look, y'all. Out of all days, she been giving me the what? The blues.
I'm telling you the blues. The blues. But I know the answer today, so I can't answer. But
I said, you know what? I'm gonna go along with the program. I'm not gonna give her no more grief. Oh, you know what? I'm all for it. You can
she
answer
was
all
turning
the
over a new leaf. You know, she was like,
And out of all days, y'all know she been fighting me. Today, of all days, she gonna say, I'm not gonna answer. Go ahead and answer. Come on with it.
well, since you're threatening me, we do have some answers in the comments.
Okay, what's some of the answers?
Let's see. We have an answer. Somebody here says Tyrese. Let's see. Somebody else, Tyrese. What y'all think?
Who do you guys? So let me repeat it again. In the movie Baby Boy, who plays the character Jody Summers? Was it A, Ice Cube, B, Tyrese Gibson, C, Omar Epps, or D, Snoop Doggy Dogg? Who is it? Now, if y'all don't know this answer, I just don't know what to say. Y'all just didn't watch Baby Boy, and who has not watched Baby Boy?
We gonna take some black cards if y'all didn't watch that. Give me your card. Give it here.
So what are the people saying? What are the people saying?
The people
are following us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you're not following us now, jump on in and ride the Vanity's Live tribe. Roll with us, okay? Make sure you guys are following us.
She said, "Ride the live tribe."
Ride the live tribe. Because we have
live. I'm gonna have to go make sure she good over there. She got some good today. Because I know you don't drink.
You know what? Today I had some ginger tea. You got strong on y'all today.
It's that ginger.
You laugh today. I had some ginger tea. It's making my eyes water, y'all. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna
be. You gonna give me some ginger tea, shoot.
Oh gosh. Oh.
What is the answer to the doggone trivia?
Okay. Here we go.
Let me give you a drum roll. Let me give you what's the drum roll?
Tyrese Gibson.
Okay, no drum roll.
Okay, y'all. That ginger got to me.
All right. Shout out to everybody that got the question right.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
I need to
all
turn down
right.
the sugar in my tea, huh?
You, at this point, I need to go make some. This ain't doing it.
That ain't doing it. Oh goodness.
You know what I ate the other day? This is gonna sound crazy.
Okay.
And
Got my eyes watering. I
I
should have
was
worn my glasses.
getting ready for work. And I don't know why I did this, but I took a piece of raw garlic and a pickle and I ate it together. And I was like, oh, that's different. And I had like 4 of them. And then all of a sudden, I just felt like I had all this energy
Uh-uh.
out of nowhere. I think it was the garlic.
Oh girl, that's a lot. That's a whole lot
Any
right
Anybody that knows anything about garlic, because I thought it like did something to your blood vessels or something like that. Anyway,
there.
y'all let
Okay.
me know. Okay.
All right, y'all.
Since
Garlic and pickles. That's a new one on me.
I mean, but think about it like garlic and olives, like garlic stuffed olives, like kind of
Mhm.
similar.
I don't like olives. I'm like, you could pass me on that
Now,
one.
Sharice is a picky eater, like
Damn.
3-year-old, like picky.
Super.
She,
So anybody want to take me out on a date, just know that.
she said what she said, okay?
Yeah, you meant it.
We gotta bring our guest on. We gotta bring our guest on. Maybe she's a picky eater too. We gonna find out.
Oh
Y'all,
my gosh.
without further ado, welcome our guest, Miss Marietta. Miss Marietta Carter-Narcisse.
Yeah. Hey.
You guys get me
We're cutting up today.
Now throw up some hearts for our guest today. Welcome her to Vanity's Live.
Welcome, Marietta. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here with you guys. You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. It kind of reminds me of In Living Color when they would do the film review, you know?
We cutting up today, okay? I can't even keep my eyes from watering. I'm like, oh my God. This is overkill.
And her ginger tea.
Me and my
Yeah,
ginger.
well, I had some virtual ginger tea.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
in our virtual dream room.
Yes. Virtual green room.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. But we
Honey.
are so happy to have you here. You are just incredible. And I mean, like I was saying, you're with this beautiful long hair that you got wrapped up like this, and that resume that's just like it will be a scroll that'll go down the block like red carpet.
You're funny.
So while we're talking about this resume long as a red carpet, why don't you introduce yourself to our guests and give them a little bit of that resume?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Good evening, everyone. I'm coming to you from sunny South Florida.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been in the industry for a little bit, 3 decades and counting.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds old, doesn't it? Sounds really old.
Wonderful.
Kind of like fine wine, aging with time.
Beautifully, I might add.
Absolutely.
Aging with time. When I started in the industry, film and television were 2 separate entities.
Mm.
Wow.
You needed a film resume to do film, and you needed a television resume to do television and commercials.
Okay.
Completely different now, but they were separate. So when I started, wasn't a whole lot of us
Oh my God.
in film. I came in at a time where you couldn't department head a show or be a personal unless you were a journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
It even if you got it, you had to pass that test. A test which was grueling. Oh my God.
What
6
would this test consist of? Like,
What?
what did this test consist of?
Oh my goodness. I still have my test
Oh wow.
copy. Yeah, the printout of the test. But you had to do characters. You had to develop your characters. So it was a male wrestler. So you had to put a ball cap on, do all the colors. Yeah, do all the colors, bring all the life back into the scalp, apply a beard, then cut that beard down to 3 inches, dress the beard, and they measured it too.
Oh wow.
Dress the beard, turn a Caucasian woman into either an East Indian or a Native American. So you had to know the undertones of both. Um, Cuts, scars, bruise, burn, black eye, um, sweat. Um, I think that's more than enough, right?
Oh,
I, did-
I would
I
agree.
thought just the first part was the entire test.
No, no, no. It was long. It was long. It was long. You really had to build characters. Oh, I forgot one important part. When you make the Caucasian woman into an East Indian or a Native American, then you had to do a full beauty makeup on them.
So you had to know your stuff, in other
Oh,
words.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was no, and a lot of us didn't pass that test on the first try.
Mm,
I helped a lot of people.
it sounds like a doozy.
Yeah, get ready for the test. They didn't pass on the first try. So we didn't have a lot of black people department head in shows. I didn't meet a lot of black makeup artists until I worked in television.
Mm,
Yeah, it was such a rarity. I felt like I was in a pond all by myself.
hmm
Because I came in at the time when Bernadine Anderson was leaving the industry, and she was the first black makeup artist to be admitted into Local 706, and probably I think the first female makeup artist, because makeup artists were men. So Bernadine was doing Eddie Murphy at the time, and she was working her way out of the industry. Her and Marie Carter.
hmm
So other than that, I didn't know anybody else.
Wow.
And stuff. So it took. I don't
I
know.
can imagine that was challenging.
Huh?
I can imagine that was challenging.
Oh, it was very, very, very challenging. But the people that I met and networked with helped me along the way. So I was very excited about that.
So tell us how you got started in some of the shows, some of the amazing shows that you worked on once you got into the business.
Oh my goodness, I worked. One of my first location shows was um you've heard of American Bandstand, I'm sure. It was
Maybe I think I've heard that.
it was a take of how Bandstand got started, and I did
Mhm.
that with somebody who I credit for a lot of the work that I did in the industry in the beginning, Robin Siegel. Um,
Wow.
and we went on. I went to American Bandstand. That was like my first big location thing in 1985, and we went from LA to Philadelphia. And that's when you travel with a big old wooden tackle box. Oh my God. Hand carried that thing through the airport every time. Oh,
Super heavy.
Man.
so heavy when it's empty. So just add makeup to. So that was like my first location gig, and I learned a lot during
hmm
that gig. And then for the next several years, it was movie after movie after movie. Um, we went on location a lot. The Mighty Quinn in Jamaica with Denzel Washington and Cheryl Lee Ralph. Um, Baltimore to we did Clara's Heart in Baltimore, and then went back again to Baltimore after the Mighty Quinn to do Her Alibi. That's where I got my union days, was in Her Alibi. So I actually became a member of Local 706 in 1988, I want to say, and then I got sworn in 1989, I think. Sounds like so long ago, huh? Yeah. So that was on Her Alibi.
Okay.
And once I met Whoopi, I started to do things with Whoopi. Like about a year after that, I did stuff with Whoopi, and I did Whoopi for Comic Relief 3 and 4, and then I did her for The Long Walk Home in Alabama, Ghost and Baghdad Cafe, and a lot of different projects, because Whoopi was everywhere at that time. A lot of different
Yeah.
projects I did with her, working as a personal. So and I credit her for really fighting for me, because again, black actors didn't have personals. Only Eddie Murphy really was probably one of the few who had a personal.
Yeah.
And
You
what was
know,
that experience like when you worked with her as a personal?
Whoopi is just the most amazing human being. she cares about the crew. She cares about who you are. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like you can't feed Whoopi filet mignon and feed the crew McDonald's.
Mm,
It just didn't sit right. Everybody had to eat the same thing.
yeah,
Whoopi will sit in the back of the grip truck and eat with the grips.
I know that's
You
right.
know, she just was unbelievable. Because when we were doing Ghost, we had an entire outbreak of hepatitis on the set.
Oh wow.
So they had to bust entire production to the health department. Yeah, we all
Oh,
had to have shots. Yeah, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Everybody got sick. Everybody had some bout of it at some point in time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And Whoopi came in one day. She had like about 1,000 balloons sent onto the set and said, "Cheer the fuck up,"
Aw.
you know, like because everybody was depressed.
Yeah,
So, but she was amazing to work with, just absolutely amazing to
yeah.
to work with. She cared about your feelings. She cared about how you were around her. She cared about how people treated you.
Hmm.
So that taught me a lot. It
That's
taught me a
and
lot.
how long were you her personal?
I probably did Whoopi probably about 2.5 years, I think. 2.5, maybe 3 years. Somewhere
Okay,
around there.
okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, that's
Yeah.
dope.
But I developed a friendship with her before I actually started doing her makeup.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I feel like sometimes it can be, and I'm sure both of you can attest to this too. It can be a rocky road with friendships and talent sometimes.
hmm.
oh yeah.
And so a lot of us sometimes try to keep it on the more like professional side. So,
You
being,
have to.
yeah, yeah. I mean, have you ever experienced like a situation like that you're comfortable with talking about, where you may have gotten too close to an actor? You ain't got to say no names or nothing, but where you may have gotten too close and it was just like, yeah, I'm going to back up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to make some decisions, and because as close as you are, it's very difficult to work and be on a personal note at the same time.
Yes.
The lines get blurred. They
Hmm.
get really blurred. So I made some choices of I'd rather be your friend than be your personal.
Hmm. And that's a hard
Because it's
cookie to crack.
hard. It's hard, but at the end of the day, it was better for me in this particular situation.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you can't lose one or the other relationship.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Because when they turn on you,
Man, it's not
yeah.
a world anybody wants to be in.
Oh no, 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 no. You really have to decide,
Yeah.
because when the lines get too blurred, the professionalism gets lost along the way.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And so I've never been one of those people who felt that I want to wake up at an actor's house in the morning, or I want to go hang out with them at night. When
Mhm.
work is done, I want my time to myself.
Can you speak to that? Um, I'm a big advocate of being very careful, even about when you're at work. When you leave work, I kind of like to leave set and leave that right there, because
Amen.
oftentimes when you go hang out, sometimes that can
You're
get
back.
back to work, and sometimes it can cost you your job
Mhm.
if you kind of take things too far. Can you kind of speak to that as well?
Listen, I've learned, and I'm gonna put it really bluntly, I never shit where I eat.
Yeah.
It's literally work is work and work is work.
Yeah.
I cut. I don't want to go hang out with you. I don't want to go dinner with you. I don't want to do none of that stuff with you. I
Mhm.
want to go be me when I'm
Mhm.
done for the day.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no other way to put it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Occasionally, I might have, done a couple of things because you're in a location, it's just you and that personal. So you might go out to dinner and stuff, but you still have to keep that professional. You
Right.
still have to draw that line. You really have to understand what you're working within.
Mhm. Yeah.
and stuff, and never get too carried away.
Mhm.
That's the fastest way to get fired.
Real quick.
Yeah. So you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you had an opportunity to work on Malcolm X as well. I saw that. I mean, you've worked on
Mhm.
so many different shows. How was that experience?
Whew, one of the biggest experiences of my entire career because I had to go to New York for 6 months.
Mm,
It was tough. The just before I even started the show, just the researching of Malcolm X. It's not like today how you've got so much available to you on the internet. That's not what it was. It's the library, looking in magazines, pulling research from people's personal photo albums, reading books, and a lot of the books that I purchased during Black History Month, where you would be able to get certain books that you never saw the rest of the year.
mm,
It's like how I built up my own library, my own personal morgue of research.
yeah.
Because you pick up a photo book here, a photo book there, but then when you start to research something like Malcolm X, that's leading you to all the photos that you need to take stock, because Malcolm X had 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s. It's a lot of decades to work on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
It is. Goodness.
So yeah, yeah. And some days we had 4,000 people.
Ah! Like back, like
4000.
how did you staff your department to even, because there's no way you can touch 4,000 people. No way.
But I looked at all of them, let me tell you,
Oh my gosh.
because all you needed was one Muslim woman with a red nail polish on,
Ah,
and it would have killed the entire movie.
oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
we shot up in the armory up in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
And I hired every available person in New York. Some days I had 50 makeup in here, and I ran makeup and hair. I ran both departments.
Mm-hmm.
How did you prep for that? And how long did it take you to prep for that?
You want to know what I did? I actually physically went into a boot camp to detox myself and my body and my mind,
Wow.
because I knew it was going to be the biggest thing of my career at that point. I shaved I shaved my head bald.
Mm.
I cut all my hair off. I literally zoned out because I knew I had to be mentally ready to deal
Yeah, I can
with
imagine.
Wow.
the unknown. It was the unknown.
Yeah.
Um, I I I made so many notes. I curated so many things because just Malcolm alone had so many different looks.
Mm-hmm.
So Malcolm was a separate binder of looks. And I don't like to be unprepared. I firmly
Yeah.
believe in being prepared. Every
Mm-hmm.
night I took that script home and I read it 2 or 3 times what we were going to do the next day, because trying to evolve Denzel into Malcolm X was very, very difficult.
Man.
Very,
Wow.
very difficult. I had 2 lace pieces made for his head, full beards made, and then I had to take those beards and cut them down. I had to cut them down because method actors don't want things that's disturbing their face.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did 3 days of testing, 3 days.
Wow.
So in the testing, I think I must have tested 10 different foundations, because the DP at the time wanted a different look for a different, I want to say, lighting look for every decade to differentiate. So I had to adjust the foundations to suit every change in lighting
Mhm.
that we had, which was not easy. So I actually used a lot of fashion fair in Denzel. Like for the 1940s, he had to look very suave, very debonair,
Mhm.
very smooth. So that required a whole different look than the 1950s newsreel lighting that Malcolm, had. It was harsh, heavy blue lights and black
Mm-hmm.
skin. So all of that I had to deal with. He had black fishnet, black stockings over the lens. So it required a lot of conversation with him. A lot of conversation.
You're bringing up so many great points, and I'm glad that our audience is able to hear some of the details that you're talking about. Oftentimes, and I would love for you to answer this. Do you use products from the period or the era that you're working in? Oftentimes, I like to use products from that specific area. Do you like to do that as well? Because you mentioned
To a
fashion.
certain degree, yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, certain things like the powder products that don't have an expiration. Obviously, certain cream products you can't do
Right.
that with, but the
Mhm.
powder products that don't have an expiration to give you those authentic colors
Yeah.
of that period.
Mhm.
So it required a lot of that on Malcolm X.
Yeah.
I think I hired every available hairdresser on Broadway because I know on Broadway, when they put a wig on, they put a wig on.
Mhm.
They know how to do it and it doesn't move.
Mhm.
And we didn't have the time to do those kind of touch-ups
Mm-hmm.
because we were shooting against the odds. There was so much going on at one time. So much going on. And I had 3 interns in my department helping me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the cleanup at night to prep for the next day was intense.
I can only imagine.
And that's when you still had to go to physical dailies because they send the film comes back, and then you had to go to dailies. So I don't think I ever slept on that show.
I bet you didn't.
I mean, I weighed the least amount I ever weighed in my whole life
Oh,
because it took a toll on me, and then everything that went wrong, Spike blamed me for.
So we're gonna pause right there.
yeah, we could talk about this show.
Because that is something that we gonna have to touch on as far as like when things go wrong in the department, who it falls on, how it falls, and things like that, because it's a whole thing. But we're gonna take a little break and then we're gonna come back, and when we come back, we're gonna play some games.
Yes.
Okay, y'all don't go nowhere. We'll see y'all in a second.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Para Paints, a real Motown gypsy, and y'all are tuning in to Vanities Live.
Okay. We're back.
We're back, and are you ready to play this or that? Okay.
Plan for
This
you.
or that. This is for you, Marietta.
Uh-oh.
Play this or
I thought it was for the audience.
No, this is for you.
Oh boy. Okay.
So this or that, adventure or relaxation?
Adventure.
Okay. Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Books or movies?
Books.
Sneakers or high heels? Which one do you like?
I like high heels. I can't wear them anymore.
Plane travel or would you like a nice road trip?
Plane travel.
Okay. Action packed or or slow and thoughtful?
I think I prefer action packed.
Social media or a real life connection?
Real life.
Yeah, me too.
Real.
Okay.
How much trouble is this going to get me into?
You gonna see. No, just
So we're gonna see how you do on the next one. We'll give you a little time for that one. But Malcolm X, we can talk about that for the rest of the show.
But we left off on something that I kind of wanted her to talk a little bit more about.
Okay.
Just as far as talking about your team and developing the team, and when things go wrong, what happens. Can we speak a little more on that topic? because I think sometimes people, especially people that are new in the business, don't realize like there's an order of operations. And
Absolutely.
you can't
The
just move
hierarchy.
at
Yes.
your
Yes.
own pace to what you think looks right or you think looks good. Because a lot of the time it ain't even about you. You have no clue or no idea what is supposed to really happen, and that one person does. And if you don't do what that person says and you do your own thing, you have ruined the entire shot without even,
Impact of
yeah,
how it will affect someone else because of your error or your lack of following direction or staying in your lane.
staying in your lane. Yeah.
Well, actually happened to me. I tell you, I had 3 interns, and the first day of shooting, first, second, somewhere around there, was biggest dance scene. 40 dancers doing the jitterbug. And everybody needs to look red lipstick, right? It's 1940s. Okay. I kept seeing people come up in hot pink fuchsia drippy lip gloss.
No.
And I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me, right? I had to fire that makeup artist because this was not the time for you to prove that, oh, you're all this. This was a time for you to take direction.
Absolutely.
I had, and there's a hierarchy. At the end of the day, the director isn't coming to look for you. They're coming to look for me.
Absolutely.
What did you do wrong? What did you do? I mean, it's happened too many times, and so it's like, no.
Well, you can lose your job.
Of course you can, easily. So you have to set, I don't care how well I know you. One of the things that I learned throughout the years is I set my parameters the day I hire you. I don't care how many times I've worked with you, because every project's different. So I always set my parameters so that we know what we're dealing with on this particular project. It might have worked for the last one, but it's not going to work for this one. So I set my parameters, I set my boundaries so that we know exactly how we're going to deal with this, because again, at the end of the day, when they're sending you notes and messages, your crew is not seeing this. It's coming to you.
Yes. And let's keep it a buck. Every production is different. Every production is run different. The communication is different.
They're all the same but different.
All the same but different. They may create their call sheet different. They may put like it's all the same, but it's different. So every show is a learning process, and you kind of always have to come in with an open mind. Like there's gonna be somebody who runs their ship a little bit different.
And it's not personal. It's not personal. It's all business.
All business.
I hear people say all the time, well, on my last show, we did this on my last.
This is not your last show.
That's right.
No, I learned over the years. I've worked with so many different directors. I've learned over the years, and you can't be afraid to admit when something goes south, and take responsibility. And I have to take responsibility. I had one experience that was really very strange when I did Ghost. And then I got hired to do not Ghost. It wasn't Ghost. It's Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Okay.
Beverly Hills Cop 3. When I got hired to do that, we shot part of it up in Northern California. And I'm in the makeup trailer, and I could hear John Landis screaming at the top of his lungs, going, "Who did this horrible makeup? She looks like a 2-bit hoe." And I'm thinking, oh my God, who did that makeup? And he comes and banging on the makeup trailer. He says, "Marietta, get out of here." And I'm like, oh God. And I took a look at her face. She's supposed to be like the 18-year-old, 19-year-old at the ticket counter, the amusement park. She's got a full Saturday Night Beat on.
Oh no.
Red lipstick and all. And I'm thinking, who did her makeup? So, the show, most of it was shot in Southern California. But then we went to Northern California to do the theme park portion of it. So production hired somebody up there that I didn't meet. Okay. So then I come back to the trailer and I pull this guy's resume. And And I'm like, and I see Ghost on there. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, Ghost. Because again, we only worked off resumes. I'm thinking Ghost. Well, I did Ghost. And
I
we
should
didn't
have.
shoot nothing about Ghost in Northern California. We shot in Los Angeles and in New York. So how did he put Ghost? So I call him to the trail immediately because production's who hired him, not me. So you have to vet who production hires. That's
Mhm.
how I learned that. I never, after that, hired anybody unless I vetted them through, first.
Mm.
And I looked at his and I go, your resume says Ghost. We didn't shoot Ghost up here. I said, what did you do on Ghost? You ready for this? He punched in the hair on the dummy that was used for Patrick Swayze when he died.
Look at your face.
And I almost died.
Stuck. My face is stuck. I don't know why I'm stuck, but it's stuck right there.
It sure is.
I mean, I my mouth just stood open. That does not constitute you doing Ghost. And then I really paid attention to his resume. He worked with so and so, worked with so and so. I'm like, so and so has their own personal. You couldn't have worked with them. All of these people that you've listed have their own personal.
Wow.
So that taught me anybody production's gonna hire, get the resume from them and vet them yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I could have gotten fired.
Yeah.
Dang. And that
Wow.
wasn't even your pick. Yeah.
So have you always wanted to do makeup?
No.
How did you get started? I always like to know people's story, backstory. How did you get started?
Charm school,
Oh, wow.
charm school, modeling, Ophelia DeVore School of Charm, modeling. I actually should have gone to fashion design school because I was a seamstress first.
Oh, okay. Nice.
High school, I made everything I ever wore in high school. Every
Oh,
day I came home and made a new outfit. Every day. Anybody who knows me from that time, every day I made a new outfit.
Do you still do any of that now?
I got burnt out from sewing wedding dresses. I made wedding dresses, beaded wedding dresses and stuff.
Hmm.
I got burnt out.
so you told me a little story about Natalie Cole. You want to share that?
Yeah, Natalie was my first on the road gig, working with her, and I know the reason I got hired because she needed. This was after several different bouts of drug rehab and stuff, and it was like the final bout of drug rehab, and she needed somebody to do hair, makeup, and wardrobe. And I met her, and I said, "Here's an opportunity." And I actually said, "If you're ever looking for someone to do hair, makeup, and wardrobe, I'm available." And she said, "As a matter of fact, I'm putting my tour together, and I probably would need someone like you." And her manager called me a couple of days later, and I met her at her rehearsal, and we picked out gowns, and I rebeaded probably about 25 gowns for Natalie. At that time, to take a gown apart that's pre-beaded, it's no easy task. So, and I could sew anything at that time and bead anything. So it was like a no-brainer for me. I didn't even give it any thought.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I didn't give it any thought. I just did it. It was automatic.
You know what? What would you say to somebody, an aspiring makeup artist that wants to get into the business and doesn't know how to reach out to celebrities or reach out to agents or reach out to that don't know how to put themselves out there as a brand?
First, make sure that you have your ducks in a row. Make sure that you've taken the time to educate yourself properly.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the opportunity does arrive, if you're not prepared, you're not going to get the job anyway.
Right. I agree.
When Natalie hired me, I was confident in what I did. I had been doing tons of affirmations. So it could have been Joe Blow who hired me. I was prepared for the moment when it arrived.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you're in a state of readiness. And a lot of times we don't do self-assessment. So we have to do that assessment to make sure that we've picked up on our own weak spots.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to bridge those gaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and now, like you mentioned something earlier, now is the time where there's a lapse and a lag in the industry for you to hone in and do a total assessment. What am I strong in? What am I weak in? What do I need to get better in? You know, you have to be able to step back from your work and look at it. You know, I look at these Facebook groups and everybody's like, tell me I need critique, constructive criticism and stuff. And then when you give it to them, that's not what they want to hear. You yourself, before you ask anyone for constructive criticism, should be able to step back from your work and go, I can do better. I'm really good at this part, but I'm not so good at this part. And everybody's not necessarily perfect on every aspect of what they do.
Yeah.
And when you work in film and television, it's not about perfecting that eyeliner. It's not about the perfect eyebrow, because the characters are doing themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
They're doing themselves. They can't look like you came to the house at 3:00 in the morning and do them. So you need to know how to evolve a real person
into a character, not
into
into
a character.
It's gonna make it look good.
Right.
Yeah.
Always
So
about
this need of, oh, I have to. No,
It's not going to have a beat face.
No, it's not a beat face, especially at 2:00 in the morning when you're getting out of bed or something. No,
Right.
and stuff. It's the evolution of the character through the application of makeup and hair and costume.
So
We're filmmakers.
Yeah. We make believe.
Yeah. And if we do our jobs correctly, it's not distracting. It looks as though you've done nothing.
Absolutely.
Because there's realism in there. But when you put that double cake sandwich of bad highlighter in between, covering those two eyebrows and all that contour.
Wait, what you call it? The double cake?
And all that, the contour down the nose, and the forehead is huge already, and you're sticking highlight right here. And I'm like, why? Can't you see how big that forehead is? Highlight is going to bring more attention to it. I mean, it's just the cookie cutter stuff that just drives me crazy. That's all. That's all. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
That's all I'm done.
I think it's time to play another game.
Yes.
Okay. So, Marietta, we're going to play rapid fire with you. So you have 60 seconds to give me names of products under $20. So I want you to give me names of products of eyes, brows, cheeks, and lips. And Ray is going to time you.
Oh God, I have no clue.
I have faith in you.
No, you don't. No,
Yes,
I don't have
do.
any clue.
20 products under $20. And if you can department head Malcolm X.
You got this.
I'm
about to start the timer. Ready? 1, 2.
Eyes, brows, cheeks, and lips under $20. Give me an eye product.
Maybelline mascara.
Brows.
Cinabrow pencil.
Under $20.
Child, I don't even know. I tell you, I don't know prices. Anything in Elf is probably under $20.
Cheeks.
Or It Cosmetics. Cheeks. Wet n Wild.
Okay, lips.
Anything Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Did she
Yeah,
make it?
I probably did not. I am
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
10 seconds left.
Oh, I
You
do.
made
I
it.
do. I do.
She made it. She rocked out. You had 12 seconds left on the timer. You
Oh
did
my
very.
God, you had to time me. You know what? I am so bad. I don't look at prices.
She's
You
like, look,
made
this is what I need.
You
This is what I know works.
it.
know what? That's the worst thing to do is go shopping with me when I'm doing a show.
Ooh,
I would love to.
Oh,
okay.
I can imagine to
it's
that card. Who are
Mm.
some of your who has been some of your mentors over your career?
my mentors over my career. Robin Siegel, Ronnie Spector, Stephanie Cozart Burton, Winona Price, Bernadine Anderson, um, Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson was my trailer husband for 12 years.
Oh wow.
We did so much together. We did 10 movies with Samuel L. Jackson as his personals.
Oh wow.
And we did Jackson's American Dream. We did Tina What's Love Got to Do with It together. We did a
Hold
class
on.
act
Wait a
together.
minute. You can't run past that one. We're not gonna let you
But
start with that one. You did What Love's Got to Do with It.
yeah,
And
with
you think we're
Angela.
gonna let you slide past that without talking about that? You gotta drop some tea on that one. Now tell us how that was.
Mhm.
The
You
amazing
know what? Tina Turner did my makeup.
what?
Really?
Tina Turner. I spent about 8 hours, 2 days talking to Tina to find out the nuances of how she did her makeup.
Okay.
And because, people don't see when we do that. It's not a visible thing, but those nuances help us to really define the character.
Right.
And then she said, "Let me just show you." So she took her makeup out of her bag, got down on her knees, and did my face with her makeup, and
Wow.
showed me how to do her. She did her eyebrows in the '60s and how she did her eyebrows in the '70s. And how she did her blush placement and stuff. Yeah, because I was able to take all of that and impart it into Angie's character.
That's
So
Wow.
she did my, I have pictures of it. I mean, like, I look like a crazy person.
I mean, how? What other way to learn how to do the person's makeup who you're portraying? Like, what other way? And it's that so
Exactly.
dope. That's so dope.
Yeah.
And you
And
know
then,
what?
Experience.
I was made aware of another fun fact about you
what?
that you have a this fun fact comes from Nikki Malone that you have a degree in chemistry and you make wonderful soaps and that you had a health
Who told you that?
years ago when you worked with Angela Bassett. That's when she said she met you and she got the pleasure to work in your store years ago.
Who was that?
Nikki.
Malone.
Nikki Malone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had a studio right on Robertson and Pico. I made soaps, candles, bath salts. All it's amazing. My stuff made it into in style
When I tell you
twice.
an artist is an art, she
So modest.
she's a makeup artist. She's a chemist. She she is a seamstress. What have you been holding back?
She's an
I love to
educator
cook.
too. She didn't tell that part too. She's
I
been
As
love
an
to
teaching
cook.
educator.
people in Florida how to just kill
I've
it
been
in
teaching in
makeup.
makeup for. I was one of the first mass educators for Mac when Mac was Mac before Estee Lauder bought Mac.
That's dope.
I
See,
was one
she's
of the
been
first
holding all of this in here.
mass educators for
She's been
Mac.
very demure, you know.
Yeah.
Very humble.
I probably come from the generation where you didn't talk about yourself, and my husband says this is my biggest downfall. So I was, and I loved. Now I'm seeing something people talk about high contrast, low contrast, um, and it's so funny because when I do classes for Mac, um, it was great to have a real pale complexion with jet black hair in the room, and a darker complexion and I would pick out the same hot pink lipstick and use on both of them. And people say, "How can you use that?" I said, "Because the pale skin with the jet black hair that's such a high contrast, needed that hot pink to balance the face. The darker complexion needed that same hot pink to balance the face."
See,
And
you knew when to bring in the hot pink.
yeah,
Hot pink in, okay.
so that was a huge thing, and that's one of the ways that I've always taught my classes, is so that my students can see and understand contrast and skin tones and hair color and eye color and stuff, and how it affects the final palette that you choose. So I've been teaching for decades, and I was a master educator for makeup forever. So I would go to France and teach classes for them. And I love that when they had their Film and Television Academy. I miss that. I've been to Brazil doing master classes, Trinidad and Tobago.
So if somebody wants to take one of your classes right now, how would they be able to find you or sign up for that, or what would be the steps to doing that?
They can reach out to me, and they can send me an email at Marietta Carter-Narcisse.com, and or they can go to my online education site at mvma.education. I have 2 industry tools. Actually, this one, which is the Little Brown Book, this way, the Little Brown Book, and that's a book of terminology in the industry, because a lot of times you ask how people can prepare themselves. A lot of times when you're starting out in the industry, every industry has its own language.
Yeah.
And in order to succeed in that industry, you have to know the language of the industry. And we've got a lot of language in this, and how to read a call sheet, how to read and break down a script, that kind of stuff. So the Little Brown Book tells you all the different things, the unions that are around. There's so much little gems in that Little Brown Book. And then I created an ebook. This is a printout of it, but it's an ebook. I teach you what a brush can't. And this has got a lot of little gems too, because it tells you how I got started with Whoopi. I had to pick different people because my career is so all encompassing. So that just tells you how I built a relationship with Whoopi and how I did Whoopi and stuff, and how Whoopi fought for me. Because sometimes people have to fight on your behalf, especially when I started off in the industry at the time. So that has a lot of gems in it. And my online classes focus on people who really want to build themselves in the industry. It's not makeup. It is not makeup. It is all the things you learn that you can learn with a brush. How to department head, how to be a key, how to be a third or fourth in the trailer, how to move from background into the trailer, how to be a personal, real testimonies from people who worked as personals and stuff, not just my own, how to work with locations, how to work with the AD department, how to work with production, all of those things. It's probably the most robust class I've ever curated to help people build themselves in the industry.
Okay. Well, y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here first. I don't know if you heard it here first, but we'll take the last one. You heard it. Not even the last one, but the most recent. You heard it right here on Vanity's Live. Guys, our guest today, Miss Marietta, has tools to help you get to reach your goals in this industry. And if you're not tapping into these guests and these amazing things that they've done, she ain't writing no book just to be writing a book. She's been there, done that. She just got done 3 years worth of, and in the short version, okay, 30 years worth of experience. And just being able to take your time today with us to share some of that information and some gems.
We only touched on a tidbit of stuff.
Yeah, only a tidbit, which means we gotta have you back. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking your time out today to be our guest and just have some fun with us and drop some gems for the people in the front and the back. We appreciate you today.
Yes, we do. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in to Vanity's Live, and we will have Miss Marietta back again because she didn't touch on Sparkle, which is one of my favorite movies. He's by you and some of the other amazing movies and films that she's worked on. And we'll just have you guys come back. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We want to thank you again for taking your gracious time out today to spend with us and all of our amazing fans. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll have you guys back again on next Sunday. Thank you and have a wonderful Sunday.
Have a
Thank
blessed
you guys for having
great
me. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Bye-bye, everybody.